Hey guys, welcome back to another airport update. Apologies for being such a long time since the last ones were done. Been a lot of things on here, there and everywhere. However, we are back with a slightly new setup, as you can see, slightly expanded setup. And hopefully you guys enjoy the first of a few that should hopefully be coming out soon. So this edition is Honolulu 2003. Number 2. So if you haven't already seen part 1, that is in the link above. So go and check that out, see what you think, and then this hopefully should follow on nicely from that with version 2, a slightly expanded version 2. So without further ado, let's get into the update. Hope you guys enjoy and let me know what you think. So we'll start with the A concourse, which is the Hawaiian terminal. Them being the focus airline, the hub airline of this update. So if we start with gate A1 on the end there on the left, we've got a Hawaiian 767-300 which has recently arrived in from San Diego. You can see that the passengers have just finished disembarking. There's just the last coach there waiting to collect the remaining passengers, and the catering truck has started to connect itself up to the rear of the aircraft, so it can be getting stocks replenished, ready for its return flight later in the evening. Next to that is one of the sister 763s. This one has arrived in from Portland. You can see this one's got a jet bridge attached into the terminal. So passengers have disembarked. This aircraft is currently in between flights, and then it will get its maintenance and servicing ready for its next flight. Gate 3 is empty. If we move to gate 4, we go around this side. We've got a Hawaiian DC-10 in the special 70 years of Hawaiian Airlines livery, and this is going to be departing out for a flight to Sydney in Australia relatively shortly. It's had all its catering sorted, bags loaded, and the catering truck is just finishing as we speak, and also it's just finishing getting its last lot of fuel loaded, and the passengers are embarking the aircraft as we speak. Next to that, at gate 5, we've got another of the Hawaiian 763s, and this one is on pushback on its way out for a flight to Las Vegas, and this will be third in line for departure, behind a couple of other aircraft that are on the taxiways further over to our right, which we will see shortly. Moving across to gate A6, we've got another Hawaiian DC-10 in the more traditional polished chrome livery, which is the livery they use, as these DC-10s were all on loan from American. So this aircraft has arrived in from Osaka in Japan, and it's currently getting all the baggage and all the cargo it's brought over from Japan is being unloaded, whilst also the passengers are disembarking on the jet bridge into the terminal building. It's obviously quite windy here today, as we can see one of the palm trees is blown over, unfortunately, but that's not stopping the aircraft taking off and landing. So if we move to the final Hawaiian gate, so gate number 7, we will find that we have the final 763 of the fleet currently, and this is going to be departing out to Sacramento reasonably shortly, but as you can see, this is undergoing heavy servicing. Some of the cargo lorries are just moving out of the way as they've finished loading the plane up for its flight, and obviously the passengers are now currently well in the process of boarding the aircraft. You can see boarding from the front and from the rear, plenty of coaches knocking around, and yeah, this flight will be heading out to Sacramento later this evening. Next aircraft along, we have the other airline that is based at Honolulu, and that is Aloha Airlines. This is a 737, and this will be arriving in from Las Vegas. So you can see that the airstairs have lined up, and the first coach has arrived to get the passengers off and take them through to the terminal, where they will be able to enjoy the paradise. If we just jump, before we finish the rest of the A concourse, which is the other side, which is the ATA hub, we will just do the B concourse. So there's there is 6 gates, but as you can see, 3 of the gates are under construction over there, so that's gates 4, 5 and 6 at the top of the screen. And we can see that gates 1, 2 and 3 are currently all being used by the Inter-Island Hawaiian 717 fleet. So if we start with gate 1, which is the one over on the far right here, this 717 is just having the passengers loaded, as we can see from the right, and this will be heading out over to Hilo on the big island of Hawaii. In the centre at gate 2, this 717 will be departing out to Kahului, again just having the passengers loaded. These planes are going to be departing in very similar times, one after another. And finally at gate 3, we are just having passengers disembark from this 717, which has recently arrived in from Kona. If we make our way around the whole airport, we'll come back to these gates later, but we will shimmy around to the other side and we will focus on the rest of the A concourse and the ATA hub. So if we start over here with gate 9, we've got this ATA L1011, and this is going to be departing out for a flight to Seattle later today. It's currently just sat connected to the terminal where passengers will be boarding the aircraft reasonably shortly, and then the luggage will also be making its way around when it's all ready. Plenty of luggage here being stored, or empty baggage carts which are waiting for requirements. Then if we look at the rest of the ATA terminal, so we've got gate number 10 first, which is the 757-200 in the special 25th anniversary livery of ATA Airlines. This is going to be departing out for a flight to Seattle. No, it's not. I tell a lie. This is gate 10. So this is going to be departing out for a flight to San Francisco. Apologies, it's the L1011 that's going to Seattle. This is going to be going to San Francisco, and a similar position as the L1011. It is currently just waiting for the passengers to arrive. Next in line is gate 11, and we've got another L1011. This one has arrived in from Phoenix and is currently getting the bags unloaded. Passengers are making their way into the terminal building, and around the other side we have got the catering lorry is getting connected, ready to start loading the next lot of food onto the plane once the passengers are off the aircraft. The final 2 gates of the ATA and the A terminal, we've got gate 12, which is the closest one to shot, which is the 753, and this one has arrived in from Chicago O'Hare and is currently just finishing having its last few passengers disembarked. And right on the end there we've got an ATA 737-800, and this one will be departing out for a flight to LAX reasonably shortly. It's just having the last few passengers off the small bus there loaded through the front of the aircraft, and then it will be ready for pushback in the next 5 to 10 minutes. So that completes the A concourse and the B concourse, and that's all the hub airlines, so obviously Hawaiian, ATA and Aloha. We will then move on to the C concourse, which is all of the domestic flights that are not hub airlines, shall we say. So we're starting on the right hand side. We'll start at gate C1, and this is an American 767-300, and this will be arriving in from Dallas Fort Worth, and you can see that it's currently had passengers have finished disembarking. All the coaches have gone to the terminal building. The luggage is currently being taken off on the far side there, and then you can also see that we've got some American employee staff that are just coming on to just have a look at some of the some parts of the aircraft, as the flight crew noticed a few gremlins in their previous flight over from DFW. At gate number 2, next to that is the baby sister, the American 757-200, and this will be departing out to LAX shortly. It's just finishing having the last few passengers loaded, and then it will be ready to go. At gate number 3, we now move to the United section, so we've got another 757-200 from United, and this will be departing out to San Francisco reasonably shortly. Final cargo truck is just finished putting some cargo on. You can see obviously the baggage loader is gone, so the cargo truck's just sealing up the containers, and then it will be ready. It will move out of the way, ready to allow the aircraft to push back. At gate number 4, we have a United 767-300, and this has arrived in from LAX. We'll move around to the other side of the airport so we can see it better, but this 763 has recently arrived in from LAX. Passengers are disembarking from the aircraft, and we can see that we've got a cargo lorry there ready to get some of the cargo off the aircraft, and then the baggage carts will be arriving shortly to take all the passengers' luggage off and into the terminal. At gate number 5, and the final one on this side of the concourse, we've got a United 777-2, and this is going to be departing out to one of United's largest hubs at Chicago O'Hare reasonably shortly. The catering truck is just finishing loading, and then the passengers will start to board the aircraft. Gates 6 and 7 are both empty. These are Delta gates. There's currently no Delta aircraft in the airport at the moment. They're all either en route or they've all left. But we will have some Delta aircraft in our next update. So we move along to gate number 8, where we find Continental, and we've got a Continental DC-10 here, and this DC-10 is going to be departing out to Newark. Just having passengers loaded from the left-hand side of the aircraft, as we can see, and then if we move around to the right-hand side of the aircraft, you can see that the baggage of the passengers is also being loaded at the same time. At gate number 9, we technically don't have any aircraft at gate number 9 right at this moment in time, but as you can see, there is a Northwest 747-400 which is just pulling into the gate. This has just arrived in from Tokyo Narita, and obviously then we'll start to disembark passengers once it's set at the gate. Again, gate number 10 is empty. That's a Northwest gate, and obviously Northwest having a big presence here because they have a big presence over in Japan. So Honolulu is a good gateway for Northwest from Japan through to the US. So that's why we have a 5 gates for Northwest at this terminal. So we're moving along to gate number 11. We've got this Northwest 757-200, and this is going to be this has just arrived in from Portland, and it will be just waiting for the coach to arrive to get the passengers off the aircraft, and the cargo lorry has just arrived as well, and that's just waiting for one of the baggage handlers to become available so it can start to take cargo and bags off the aircraft. The penultimate gate at this terminal, we've got a Northwest DC-10 in the recently painted new silver livery. Obviously it's been 2003. This is Northwest are recently undergoing the change from the iconic much loved bowling shoe livery to a slightly more modern design livery for themselves. So this DC-10 is one of the first to wear the new livery, and this DC-10 will be departing out to Northwest's main hub at Minneapolis-St. Paul reasonably shortly, but it is just having the final passengers loaded, and you can see the bags around the other side are being loaded to the aircraft. We'll just move around so everybody can see. So here we go, the baggage is being loaded from this side, and then finally at the C concourse we have gate number 13, and we have a Northwest 757-300, and this is going to be departing out to Seattle Tacoma. Again, you can just see this, like the Hawaiian earlier, is being pushed back by the tug, and this is going to be fourth in line for departure, which will be after the Hawaiian, which is third in line. Then we will just do 2 on the taxiways whilst we are here. So second in line for departure, and on the taxiway here we have a United Worldwide Cargo DC-10, and this is going to be departing for a flight out to San Francisco. And first in line for departure on its way to the runway, we have a Northwest Cargo 747-200 freighter, and this is going to be departing for a flight out to Memphis. So we will move to the D concourse, which is for the international carriers. Obviously, there isn't really any European international carriers at Honolulu. There's mostly Asian carriers from Japan, Korea, China. So this is where the majority of these carriers are from. So first in line, right on the end here at gate D1, we have a Continental Micronesia DC-10. Obviously this is part of Continental, but it's a slightly separate entity, which is why it's classified as an international carrier rather than the Continental hub. And this Continental Micronesia DC-10 has just arrived in from Guam, which is obviously where one of their main hubs are. And you can see that the baggage is just being unloaded and the jet bridge is connected, so the passengers will be disembarking the aircraft around the other side. Next up, we have a Korean Air DC-10, a Korean Air 777-300, and this has arrived in from Seoul. Literally just arrived in. The jet bridge has just finished connecting, and one of the freight vehicles has just turned up, ready to start getting cargo off the aircraft when the baggage handlers and everything else arrives. At gate D3, we've got an ANA, All Nippon Airways 777-300, and this is going to be departing out to Tokyo Narita. Not too soon. It's got a bit of time yet till it departs. It's obviously just having the catering loaded, as you can see, ready for its long flight out to Tokyo. And then we've got the bus over there and the airstairs, which has just got some maintenance crew on, just doing a clean and a changeover, ready for its next flight. At gate number 4, we've got another ANA, the slightly smaller version. We've got the 777-200, and this has arrived in from Osaka Kansai, and is currently having its baggage and freight unloaded, and around the other side the passengers are making their way onto one of the buses that's waiting for them to take them to the terminal building. Then at gate 5 and 6 we find Japan Airlines. So at gate 5 we've got a Japan MD-11, and this will be departing out to Tokyo Haneda reasonably shortly. The final coach of load of passengers are just boarding the aircraft around this side, and the final cargo truck is just making its way away from the aircraft so that it'll be ready to go reasonably shortly. And then on the end over there we've got the Japan 767-300, and this has just arrived in from Tokyo Haneda, so it's kind of a swap around between these two aircraft. One's going out, one's going in, both from obviously a key hub for Japan Airlines. So we can see that currently the 763, which has arrived in, is being heavily serviced. The final few passengers are disembarking into the coach. The freight vehicle has just arrived to load up some new freight, and the catering truck has also just arrived, ready to start refreshing all the in-flight meals. 3 more gates at the D concourse, which are recently under construction, so we can see there's no markings at the moment. So gates 9 and 8, which are the 2 closest to the screen, are currently not in use. However, gate 7, which has got the Singapore Airlines 747-400 connected, is currently being used as a hard stand. So it's connected to the terminal, but that's just for maintenance and staff members to get there. Likewise, the one cargo truck over the far side, that's just taking a few bits of cargo off that's been brought over from Singapore Airlines, but it's not being used as a commercial flight at the moment. When the Singapore flight is ready to go, it will move itself around to one of the 6 currently operational gates for this concourse. And finally, we will move on to the cargo terminal, or Terminal E. So that's over here. There are 3 gates, or 4 gates, but one of the gates is currently the hangar. So you can see in the hangar there is currently a Hawaiian DC-10, which is just undergoing its regular maintenance. No reported issues, but it's just going through a regular service like all aircrafts have to do over the life cycle. So gate 2 is currently empty, and the final 2 gates of this update are gates 3 and gates 4. So at gate E3 we've got the DHL DC-8 at the top, which is being serviced with lots of cargo ready for its flight out to Cincinnati. later this evening, where it will be delivering lots of parcels and lots of other equipment. And finally, just arrived in from Anchorage, we've got this FedEx A310. Cargo lorry has just arrived there, but obviously no equipment to get any of the cargo off yet because it has just pulled into the bay. So that is the cargo terminal, quite small, 4 gates, but obviously you can see we've got 2 more cargo aircraft over there which are coming out. And that pretty much completes our update. So thank you very much for watching. Like, comment and subscribe. Let me know what you like, let me know what you didn't like, let me know what you'd like to see next time. If there are any other retro updates that I have already done that you'd like to see a part 2 made of, or if there are any retro updates that I have not yet done that you would like to see, let me know in the comments below, and if I have the aircraft to make that happen, then I will look to make that happen. Also check out my Instagram page with the same name. Again, I run lots of questions and things on there, so if there is a certain airport you'd like to see retro, and again I can do it with the aircraft I've got, which is about 350 aircraft, so there's a good chance I should be able to, all of them retro, then let me know and I will try and make it happen. We have got a couple of new terminal buildings coming, which might make it into the next update, or maybe a few updates after that. Custom made terminals, so we'll have a look at those as well when they arrive, and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching as always, guys, and as always, bye guys.